Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it very much. And you know, at some of these events that we look at, that we have the option to go and see here in this wonderful springtime that are important, but I can tell you, this is one of the most important. And the reason is because of the people's lives it touches and the impact that it makes. Always glad to welcome back my friend and colleague, Tricia Pizzolato. Tricia, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Keith, nice to see you. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely. And so, listen, Wings for the Win is one of these things that I get so excited about. It is my wife's hands down favorite event. But for me, it's about the backstory, and it's about how humbling it is to see somebody who takes a challenging situation and says, we're going to pay it forward. And so not everybody got to know or walk that path. Let's talk a little bit about how you were so excited. You and Kevin were able to get pregnant.
Absolutely.
And there were some challenges with that.
Yeah, we started with challenges from day one. We struggled with infertility for a number of years. And once we were able to get pregnant, everything looked great until we hit about 20 weeks. Or I hit about 20 weeks.
Right.
And
Kevin wasn't doing much at this point,
he was
right?
Not part of that part. Nope, all me.
Yeah.
So we, about that point, I developed preeclampsia and had to be admitted into the hospital in New Orleans at Ochsner Baptist. From there, we fought every day to keep my son in my belly and survive.
Hold on, Ryan. Hold on, Ryan.
I know. And it just hit one day right about 25 weeks that was all my body could take.
Right.
So Ryan Thomas Pizzolato was born on July 2nd, 2020, in the middle of COVID.
Right.
Yep, at 1 pound.
Right.
And
again, people, Ryan Thomas born 1 pound at 25 weeks. And the challenges didn't really stop there.
No, that was probably the easy part. After that, we were in the NICU for 147 days with him in New Orleans, driving back and forth and keeping up with just his daily changes and his growth. And then, everyone will tell you in the NICU, it is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Ups, downs, all the things. But the bright side of this is that he is home, doing wonderful, and will be 4 this summer.
Turns 4 this summer. So I can't believe it. I can't believe, because in my mind, it's baby Ryan. It was
absolutely
anticipation of baby Ryan when you were there. And I was so fortunate to be close enough to be working together and just kind of being able to walk that path and seeing that challenge, but also seeing the beauty that kind of comes out of that. It's important for people to have more support.
Absolutely. And that's what we realized after this journey, was that it is hard work. It is financially taxing, it is physically taxing for these parents, especially when they are children or their brand new babies are sent away. And you don't get to bring them home. There is so many struggles that come with that are unbelievable. So that's how we formed Wings for the Win. We decided that this was the best way we could give back and take our struggles and the things we learned and pay it forward.
Well, and truly it is. And Jay, run some of those pictures. I mean, Tricia, as we look at some of these babies and some of these families that have really been impacted, quadruplets, right?
Quadruplets. This year was our first set of quadruplets. And I don't know if we'll ever get another quadruplet set again. These little babies are amazing, and they're at home and doing phenomenal and thriving.
Isn't that terrific, right? And so and again, we talk about the difference in approaching 4 years for your challenge and what you and Kevin dealt with and what Ryan had to deal with. And now we see these 4 and the difficulties that they had, and now they're home so quickly.
Home so quickly, doing amazing. Technology and the medical field has really just advanced further and further, and we are just over the moon about the things that are happening in this world of neonatal. So our main goal, though, with kind of helping out is more the family-driven side, because as we know, there's a lot of things that are going into research and helping out for these babies. But the family, sometimes that's where we really kind of get lost a little bit.
Yep. Here's another one of those babies that you can see in the NICU, neonatal ICU, for those don't have the vernacular. But again, another beautiful baby here, born. You can tell a lot of these are premature babies.
They are.
And again, another one. Look how beautiful. I love that shot.
Baby blessing.
Absolutely. And again, these are some of the people that you're helping, right? Mm-hmm. And some of these families. And I just, it goes a long, long way. And I'm so very glad that you and Kevin kind of thought about the idea about how do I pay this forward? How do I take my difficult situation and help other people? And Wings for the Win certainly is the way. And again, hands down, my wife's favorite event. And so she's like, I get fussed for not telling her about events. She may threaten to divorce me if I don't tell her about this one. So this
I will call Melanie myself and make sure she has all the details. For sure.
Yeah, and so we kind of followed up on that. And so what you've seen is the impact of what Wings for the Win does, and what I get this question all the time, and I know you have as well. Being in the medical field, you're around these sick people, and how do you do what you do? Well, one of the ways we do what we do is that Tricia and Kevin found a way to pay it forward. So what can you do? What you can do is you can attend Wings for the Win. It is going to be on this Saturday, May 11th, from 11 to 4. And again, there's so much going on. We're going to show you some shots about what's happened in previous years. Tricia's going to share with us the growth that's taken place for Wings for the Win. So again, put it on your calendar. You don't want to be anywhere else other than at Wings for the Win. And we got a new venue this year, and it's really important. We're going to talk about that. So we're going to take a short break. Tricia, you'll be able to join us again?
I'll stick around.
All right, guys, we want you to stick around as well. We'll be right back here on Bayou Time talking about the very important job Wings for the Win can do for families all over our area. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System. Your health is our legacy. Rouse's, you're either local or you're not. Buick, the craft of modern luxury. St. Martin and Bork, know your rights.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us, however you may be joining us. We appreciate it. Very glad to have with us my friend and colleague, Tricia Pizzolata. Tricia, welcome back.
Thanks.
Again, talking about a very important event. Jay, I want to start right away. Put up the flyer if you don't mind. It's Wings for the Win. It is going to take place here Saturday, May 11th. It is the Chicken Wing Cook-Off, an elite chicken wing cook-off from 11 to 4. This year at Southdown Plantation, adults, it's only $10. And I got to tell you guys, like my friend Merle did last year, you might want to put up $20 because I can promise you, you're going to get so very well fed, and it goes for such a great cost. Kids are $5. They're going to have live music by Knock New and the Wild Matus. We got teams competing in 3 cooking categories. There'll be grilled wings, smoked wings, and fried wings. You can come and be able to do any of those. They got a kid area with petting zoo and face painting, lots of kids stuff, live auction. That big kids area I talked about, very family friendly. And important, the most important thing is that the proceeds from the event go towards financial assistance and emotional support to local families with a baby in the NICU. So Tricia, that all being said, very few people know who haven't walked the path. You guys started this in your backyard.
We did.
You're one.
We did. And in our backyard with friends and neighbors.
Right.
Pop-up tents and an idea and a dream.
Right.
However that works. But yeah, it started in our backyard, and we had such great feedback. And more importantly, we had so much fun that it kind of turned into a thing the next year. And we said, let's do this. So a couple of friends of ours, we formed a board, and we all put our heads together, and here we are 4 years later.
4 years later. And fantastic. So a couple of years at the Canal Bar, right?
Absolutely.
And I was fortunate to be able to see both of those and see how many people. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. That's one of the winning teams.
Winner team.
Yeah, winner chicken wing dinner. So very, very cool. Very excited. They were pumped. There's Kevin and
that's Tommy Piku and
Tommy, okay.
Myself.
And
yep.
Tricia.
And the one missing from that picture is our other board member, Jill Gagne.
Jill, right. And so again, talking about the importance of the board. And there is a big reason, 3 very important reasons, but one big reason, baby Ryan, about how and why we do this, who is absolutely beautiful. She's got the greatest laugh of any child I've ever seen. Nothing against any of my nieces and nephews and their kids, but baby Ryan's laugh is just infectious.
It has been that way since when he could start to laugh, which was very early on,
right.
And still to this day. He was cracking up this morning when I was getting ready, and he was getting ready for school.
Wow, just fantastic. And so very, very cool. And so Wings for the Win has grown, and to the fact that you guys are now like a premier event at Southdown. And it's because of all of the participation, all these people that take a great deal of pride in their wings, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Every team. And this year we have
38 teams signed up.
38 teams participating, which is remarkable. And listen, these guys will tell you that their wings are the best. And I heard that some 30-plus teams last year telling me that their wings were the best.
Absolutely. And each team can cook as many wings as they would like in any of the categories. So we have a number of our teams that are cooking in all 3 categories.
Yes, some have 3 different stations that they're cooking all of the different options for both grilled, smoked, or fried. I mean, some of them are showing up with trailers because, as you saw one of the other big pits there, because they need all 3.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so, so Joe was out there, Merle was out there, Jason was out there, David Omar and their team. Just so very exciting to see all these people that are like, no, come and try the best wings. And because they love them so much, they want you to eat so much. But, oh, my God, pace yourself. The only thing that I can say is pace yourself. As Melanie and I made it through about 1/3, I'm like, I'm just going to need like a bite.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to make it.
Oh, my gosh, my poor judges. We have someone who judged our first year at our house, and that was 4 years ago. She is still not eating a chicken wing since then because it was so many.
Just too many.
Too many.
Wow. And again, you see how this great setup is. I am just imagining how wonderful this is going to be on Saturday at Southdown. And so this was the first one. So you can see right here in Trisha's backyard. Looks like Sydney over there.
It is.
Sydney Duhan. And just fantastic. And so this is the backyard brawl out with the first Wings for the Win. And again, just so many people. And I think part of that is that people really can get behind a story that's important, but more importantly, they can get behind a cause. And you guys have such a great cause. And, you and I have seen that. We've seen what it's like. Let's talk a little bit about what y'all are doing. That y'all provide lots of different things for these families, right?
Absolutely. We provide financial assistance and, of course, some resources for emotional support in different kind of entities that way. But mainly, if they're traveling back and forth and need gas money or food on the go, hotel stays, things like that. Those are the things that are important. The things that we can help out with that takes one thing off their plate where they can focus on their baby and themselves and their families.
Yeah, and so guys, again, Wings for the Win, you want to come out and support it. One more time, Jay, put that up. The money is going to go to the greatest of causes. It's helping young parents who have children in the neonatal ICU and all of the support that they need. Again, Wings for the Win, the Chicken Wing Cook-Off, Saturday, May 11th at Southdown Plantation, 11 to 4. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Live music, the live auction, kids area. And when I say family friendly, I mean it. You get to come out and see the kids with one of the greatest laughs, baby Ryan, whom I have to, I think at 4 years old, I'm going to have to stop saying baby Ryan.
I think he'll be baby Ryan for a long time.
Gotcha. Tricia, thank you so much for coming on, and thanks for what y'all do for Wings for the Win.
Thank you.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment and this Bayou Time. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on HTV.
Today's social media segment is brought to you by Alford and Associates for all of your insurance needs. CIS, Cardiovascular Institute of the South, the highest quality cardiovascular care available. Barker Honda, the Barker family tradition of quality.